So what is GraphQL? See, we detected the GraphQL, but we don't know what is GraphQL and what is the component and what is the structure of GraphQL. So GraphQL is an API query language. So that is designed to facilitate efficient communication between client and server. See, through GraphQL, we can communicate with the server. See, we are the client, and see, if we want to send some request and we want to get some response, so we can use this GraphQL API. So this is a query language. Okay. And structure of GraphQL, you will see the schema, queries, mutation, and subscription. So what is schema? Schema is a document. You can say like it's a kind of contract between client and server. So in which all things written means see, if we are querying here this get all blog post, and we can query other things and we can do other things, all these things are written in the schema. It's a kind of document. Like, see, I think if anyone does the previously on API pen testing, then they know the documentation. So most of the bug bounty program provide you the documentation also, so you can use them. So this is a kind of documentation. So queries are a kind of, you can say, like a GET request. Like if you want to fetch some kind of data or something else from the server, so we can use the query. See, this is, you can say, like equivalent to the GET request. See, if we want to fetch, let's say this is a request, I am sending this, and after sending I am getting that, I will get that. Okay, this is basically, okay, this is an WebSocket. Okay, let's use this. This is a request. Send this to the repeater. Okay, see, we are getting the data. So this is a GET request. So query is same like this. See, we are getting the data. So this is query. Like if we do the query, what we are querying? We are querying get all blog post, means we want to fetch all blog post. Okay. Other is mutation. Mutation is the kind of, you can say, like put, post, or delete. Means if we want to update something, we want to delete something, or we want to edit something. Okay. Or if we want to log in, so there you will see the mutation. So see, currently there is query. If you see the mutation, you can understand, okay, we are doing some kind of update, delete, edit. It's a kind of post. Okay. Subscription. So subscription is, you can say, it's a kind of live connection. Like if we want to establish a live connection between client and server, it's a kind of socket. I think if you done the WebSocket hacking, then you know about, like, okay, WebSocket is a kind of a stateful connection. It's a kind of stateful connection, means we created a connection between client and server. It's a kind of tunnel. We can send the message, we can receive the message from that. So it's a long live connection between client and server. So structure of query. So query, like query, GraphQL query, retrieve the data from the data store. They are roughly equivalent to GET request. Okay. Discuss that. Mutation change data in some way, either adding, deleting, or editing. They are roughly equivalent to post, put, and delete methods. So component of query and mutation. See, there are many components. One is fields, argument, variable, aliases, and fragments. So what is fields? Fields are like what we want to fetch from there. See, this is a GraphQL query and I want to fetch something from there. So those are the fields. So these are the fields: image, title, summary, and ID. So I want to fetch these things from there. So these are the fields. You can see, like, see, I fetch the image, title, summary, and ID. So these are the fields. Other is argument. See, sometimes I can give the argument, like, see, I want to fetch, see, this is, I am fetching all the blog posts. So I can create a query for a specific blog post. Okay, let's see, like, fetch the request. If we have, okay, send this to repeater. See, in this they are using a ID. ID equals to ID variable. So this is a variable. Variable means this can vary. We can use it to like 2, 3, 5. It's a dynamic. So sometimes, like, see, currently we are supplying id equals to $id, but sometimes you will see id equals to 1, like this. So that is argument. Like, if we are given only one thing, then that is like we are expecting, like, we want to fetch 1. Okay, but this is argument. Other than that, we can use the variable also, because see, in argument we can fetch only one element, and this is the query. But in a variable, like if we are using the variable, then we can fetch multiple by you are changing the variable. Like, see, I am fetching the fourth. So see, this is fourth post, and if I change this to 1, so I can fetch the other. Okay, or I can change it to 2. I am fetching the other blog post. Okay. Other is aliases. Aliases means if we are using multiple queries inside a query. See, this is a query. Okay, so we can use multiple queries also. Let's say, and so we are using the same query here. So see, same query inside one query. See, I want to fetch same query. So let's see if this is working or not. If we are getting 2 times result, no. So aliases, sometimes application support the aliases, sometimes not. See, we are trying to fetch 2 times. Okay, so this is aliases. Fragments, like if we can do the fragmentation in this, that is fragments. Okay,